I had a long discussion with myself as to how to write this book. I had the information, but how do you present it? And then one night, in the middle of the night, I was still thinking, and I got the brainwave, a diary, a journalist's diary of the conclave. I was able to verify the information I've put in the book, so I'm very sure of it. I had not taken any oath of secrecy. The cardinals had. How they come to terms in their own conscience, that's not for me to judge. I think it's important that people understand what has happened. And what I've tried to do is to show not just the politics of what happened in leading up to the election, but how the spiritual process, how the cardinals discerned. And I was very impressed, talking to many of the cardinals off the record and even not in the book, who told me how much they were praying. And some of them were not even reading papers, reading magazines, but they were listening to people. And I quote Schönborn, for example, where this woman came up to him after the Mass in St. Peter's for the election of the Pope and said, "Bergoglio, Bergoglio," when he asked her whom did they think should be Pope. The conclave is first of all, a process of faith. People were saying, well, we want somebody who handles the abuse question, or somebody who stops the Vati leaks, or somebody who can manage the church. But you had to also listen to those who were saying, look, we first of all want a spiritual figure, a man who is recognized for holiness, whom the other religions of the world, and the cardinals in Asia told me this, we are a tiny minority, Christianity. We want to elect a leader whom the Hindus, the Buddhists, the Muslims, most of the Muslims are in Asia, not in the Middle East, whom they can see is a man of God. Now, a lot of the press coverage that I read didn't seem to consider this as a real factor in the choice of man. But in the hearts of these cardinals, many of them, this was number one. They were looking for a holy man. They were looking for a man who could inspire people and whose own life somehow reflected his beliefs. And at the end of the day, these were deciding factors.